I want to be a breathing altered woman. Chapter 1. A single bottle of my medicine costs 55.34, which is an ironic, useful mnemotechnic on how to take it. 50 milliliters of water, 5 milliliters of the medicine, drink after letting it dissolve for 30 seconds, repeat every 4 days. My first and only time I've used cosmetic nanites was when I was 14, and I made my hair black, like a crow. Right then, the problems with my lungs became obvious. I shower every day after I wake up. Washing my hair feels strange to me. I feel like it's the only part of me that's truly me, and at the same time I feel the exact opposite. When I dry myself, I looked into the mirror on the wall. I covered it with insulating tape. I simply could not stand seeing myself. Sometimes I wonder about removing the tape and picking my reflection, but I know I would regret it. Then I take a razor and shave my face. Eventually, I've managed to learn how to quickly do it so that my face would seem smooth. I can never leave the house if there is a single hair on my face. Because of that, I used to wake up very early and sleep too little. After that, I apply some makeup, kind of to feel beautiful and kind of to trick myself into thinking it will cover the evening regrowth. I just wish this would all cost a bit less. But with low demand came low supply and high prices. Sometimes I wonder how it would be like if I decided to get rid of my body hair as my first use of nanites, but I try not to. It never makes me feel good. That day, I was supposed to take the medicine. It was the last dose I had, so I put 55.34 in a side pocket in my wallet and made a note in my phone to buy more on my way back from work. I hate its flavor. It tastes like dark chocolate, cheap booze and licorice mixed together, and the fact you need to add so much water only makes it worse. The last thing I do before going to work is packing a spare inhaler into my pocket, just in case of a surprise attack. Since the day nanite-based cosmetics were introduced, the world has entered an era of beauty and expression. This miraculous technology allows people to transform their bodies into the embodiments of perfection. The streets were filled with imitators of Adonis and Aphrodite, all thanks to a bunch of microscopic robots programmed to transform the structure of the body. Breathe in, wait a quarter of an hour, and your body can look as beautiful as you'd like. With careful usage, it was even possible to change something previously deemed impossible, like hair color or eye color. It was even possible to completely switch one's biological sex. But sometimes, very rarely, a person is born with a respiratory system that isn't able to deal with nanites. Something as small as changing your hair color might develop into severe breathing difficulties. Bigger changes like switching sex can lead to instant death from asphyxiation. Doctors call it nanite-induced asphyxiation syndrome. Nowadays, there are methods to diagnose NIAS before anything dangerous can happen. But of course, there weren't any when I started discovering how I wanted my body to be. I work as a copywriter in a small marketing agency in Old Town. I like this job. There are no harmful conditions for my body, and despite people hating ads in general, I feel proud of my creations. They feel like that small part of my life I have control over. I could also work from home, but that would likely strip me of reasons to leave my house. "Oh, Miss Marzena, good to see you today," my shift manager greeted me. I like it when my coworkers use my chosen name. I realize not everybody in my situation is as lucky. "I suppose you have a project for me to take care of," I said. "Yes, I thought you should be the best person for the job. The client wants to target people just like you. You know, the trans people." It was strange hearing this. On one hand, it was nice that they assigned me something they thought I could do the best. On the other, I knew deep down that it wasn't the kind of client they would like to target. "I'll see what I can do," I said, because what else could I say? "Send me the instructions." When I logged into my work mail, I saw the client's brief. It turned out some Nanite Cosmetics clinic was holding a promotion for the upcoming celebrations: Women's Day, Non-Binary People's Day, and Men's Day. A discount price for a sex switching treatment. Every time I see a discount like that, I feel envious. I would like to undergo such treatment. If not for NIAS, I'd likely do it. I would like to be allowed to change the gender marker on my ID. But without the treatment, I will never be. I would like to be allowed to feel like a part of the trans crowd. But without the treatment, I will never be. I would like to be allowed to be seen as beautiful. But without a treatment, I will never be. I would like to be understood, and that people would stop looking at me as a wacko. But without the treatment, I will never be. I did a few headbangs to calm myself down. I find them now a coping mechanism. Sudden enough to actually feel it, but not going into self-harm territory. I place my fingers on the keyboard and focus on finding a perfect slogan. Starting with the slogan helps me cement the tone in which I write the rest. "They are going for the promotion for the gender days, huh?" I thought. I wrote the first thing I came up with. "Celebrate whatever you want." That's not good, I thought. But it's nice for the beginning. Let's extrapolate from there. "Celebrate however you want." Closer, but not yet. "Celebrate however. Celebrate whichever way. Celebrate your way. Celebrate yourself." Let's stop at that. Indeed, it was a slogan that sounded like it was aimed at me, even if it really was not. I started reading more into what the client wanted from me. It looked like the day would be full of work. The clock struck 16, and my shift ended. I was going to the pharmacy to buy my medicine. As I walked through the city, I felt gazes of people on me. They saw my imperfect face full of microscopic wrinkles, facial hair that just started growing back, and scars from early failed attempts to shave. And through them, they saw my NIAS, my anomaly. The fact I was going to the pharmacy didn't help. Anyone that could fix it through nanites would go directly to the clinic, either out of their own intention or peer pressure. Just a few steps away from the pharmacy, I noticed a sudden commotion. A crowd of people panicking, some making rushed phone calls, some dashing to the pharmacy, some just standing still and watching. And in the middle, there was a person coughing and struggling to breathe. They did not look like the people in the crowd. They looked almost like me. I took the inhaler out of my pocket and stepped into the crowd. I wasn't panicked, because I thought I knew what was going on. "NIAS," I said, as I gave them the brief-giving box. They quickly tore it out of my hand and took a few clicks. They took deep breaths to put their lungs back into proper pace. "Thank you," they said with a low feminine voice. "Next time I should buy more before I run out." "Were you going to the pharmacy too?" I asked them. "Yes, you can see I almost made it." They gave me their hand. "You can call me Borys." "Marzena." "That's an interesting name. I could say the same about yours." I couldn't deny it sounded weird to me. Such a masculine name contrasted with Borys' feminine voice. For some reason I couldn't stop thinking about it on our way to the pharmacy. "You go first," Borys said when we stepped inside. "I'd have been done if it wasn't for you." No, go first. You need clickies and I need the juice." I like the NIAS slang. Sometimes I wonder why it exists. Do we need funny words to make our lives more bearable? Or do we simply do it to feel more like a community? "Thanks. I actually came for it too, you know," said Borys. "I should take some tomorrow." I wanted to say something about how he did not come to buy more medicine as soon as he ran out, but he was already talking with the cashier. I would like to buy more medicine from my prescription. ID number? Borys checked his ID card and recited the number. And the receipt number, miss? I knew there was something about Borys, and at that moment I felt it confirmed. I quickly bought my medicine in the other window. Borys had to buy inhalers, but he still left a moment before me. I put 5534 on the register, thanked for the medicine, and ran after him. Wait! I shouted. Borys turned on his heel. What is it? I just want to ask you one thing. Don't answer if you don't want to. I felt that Borys was like me, trapped in a wrong sex, without the ability to change his body. Are you trans? Borys smiled. Guilty as charged, he said. And I suppose your next line will be, me too. How'd you know? You just told me. I don't believe in destiny, but that moment was the closest to making me a believer. I never thought I'd meet someone like me, I told Borys. A trans person with NIAS. Must be good karma, he said. Save one, meet one. Can we see each other again? Of course! How does tomorrow afternoon sound? That night I was so excited about the upcoming meeting that I had trouble falling asleep. Even hugging Carl the plush shark didn't help much.